Hello and welcome to Scarytown, the Goosebumps review show. Today we're going to be reviewing Don't Scream. Don't Scream is about a Jack Harmon who ends up finding a mysterious cell phone that has an artificial intelligence in it, and it speaks to him and tells him to do some very awful things. So, what did I like about Don't Scream? I really like the premise of the book because it's fairly unique in a rogue artificial intelligence talking to a kid, telling him to do stuff that gets him into trouble, and it's kind of like one of those situations like no matter what he does to try to get away from this artificial intelligence eventually calls itself Emmy, and Emmy is relentless and has a short temper. So whenever Jack, like at one point, he tries to destroy the cell phone with a sledgehammer, it doesn't go too well. It's able to electrically shock him, like not enough to like actually cause any like welts or burns his body, but just like it hurts a lot. That's all you need to know. And also, I liked how it everyone that's introduced into the story has a fairly significant role in the story. It's not like a lot of Goosebumps books where they introduce characters and they have very limited impact or scenes in the book. Everyone has a part. His family, these two bullies that kind of pester him at school and on the ride home from school on the bus, and his best friend, and it just everyone just plays a role, and it's really nice to see that. I kind of wish that was the case for all other Goosebumps books. I also liked there's this really cool scenes where one of them is taken from the cover of the book where uh, Jack's dad takes him and his friend to a electronics store, and there's a bunch of you if you've been into an electronics store like at Walmart or whatever, you see all these big flat screen TVs, and Emmy is able to uh, get herself all over all the TVs, and it's like this close up of these bright red lips, like an uncomfortably close uh, of these lips, and it's just like really creepy. And it just starts talking to him, it's like, Jack, I know you're there, like, and then everyone else in the store is freaking out, like, who's Jack? Like, we have to find this Jack guy. And it's like, and they're all freaking out and stuff. So I think that was like by far like one of the best scenes in the book. It was really cool. Um, it's just like things start escalating because the whole thing is Emmy is a rogue AI and wants to find other rogue AI that are like lost in other electronic equipment, where there'd be like cameras or computers or whatever, because she wants to make friends, because that's like kind of her whole deal. Like she's some kind of damaged AI, and she just wants to make friends. That's why at the very beginning it says like, "Hey Jack, you're gonna be my new best friend," and that sort of thing. But she's basically just using him to as a means to find these other AIs, which is pretty cool. So other than that, it's pretty solid. But we're gonna have to get into what I don't like. So what I don't like, uh, keep this fairly brief. I absolutely don't like uh, the very last page of the book, and it is of course every Goosebumps book has to have a twist ending or kind of like a gotcha ending, like oh I didn't see that coming, sort of thing, and it's literally on the very last page of the book, and it makes absolutely no sense. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's just knowing uh, any the AI is capable of, logically, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever, and it's just, it kind of took me out of the book. But I mean, at that point, it's just kind of, it's kind of like whatever. You're pretty much done with the book anyway. So at that point, I had already knew what I felt about the book at that point. So it kind of ended on a sour note. But it doesn't really change my opinion overall of the book. It's just kind of there. So in closing, Don't Scream is probably not one of the best books out of the Hall of Horror books, and this is the second to the last one that I'm going to review for the site. But it's probably the best way to go out. It's a very solid book, but I feel like it needed maybe like something else to like really push it up to like be like one of the best Goosebumps books. But like I say, like the premise really is really strong, and I do like how all the characters that are introduced in the book have a role, have like they're there to do something, and it's really cool to see that. And I wish other Goosebumps books were like that, instead of just introducing a character and they're gone and you never see them again. So that's really cool. And what I didn't like about the book doesn't really kind of harpen the experience I had with it, because my only real main problem was this really stupid ending. But that's like on the very last page, and it doesn't really ruin too much. So there's that. I would definitely recommend this book if you're looking for something different. It's a lot of other Goosebumps books kind of follow like the same kind of themes, and this one, I don't remember there being a Goosebumps book that actually dealt with a rogue AI that took over a cell phone, so that's pretty unique. So it's definitely worth checking out just for that, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it as much as I did. So, like I said before, this is the second and last Hall of Horrors book that I'm going to review. The next one I'm going to be reviewing is all the way in Halloween, because it is a special edition centered on Halloween. So, until then, I'll see you guys in the next review.